Hi, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. I am Koosje Koenen and I'm here to share whatever I learn in my drawing practice, and hopefully that inspires you for your sketchbook habit. My book, Life is Better When You Draw It, is now available for you to purchase online. I wrote it for you. It's an illustrated book for people who love drawing and who might need a little bit of inspiration. It's a reminder of how happy drawing makes you feel. I share ways to embrace the daily sketchbook habit. I share tips and a lot of my drawings from my own sketchbooks throughout the years. It took me about 2 years, first writing it, then editing and designing, and I found really great professional help because otherwise I could never have done it. And now I'm really happy that I can finally share it with you. So if you want a copy, and you do, follow the link in the description of this video. Now for today's video, I got a question from Samantha. She asks, if you could, I'd like you to make a video about how we should approach our frustration at drawing. I want my drawings to improve and to be able to draw things that I imagine. And I'm not afraid of drawing exercises if that's only what it takes, but it's hard to know what to focus on. Well, focus on what seems interesting and important to you and what seems exciting to you. But also let go of the shoulds. You already know that the drawing practice is important, but perhaps you shouldn't think about doing exercises. That doesn't sound as fun as playing or experimenting and enjoying the fact that you are drawing. Just draw a lot and then some more. Then your drawings will improve. I do know that you'd like me to give you exact instructions or even better a shortcut, but there aren't any. Each artist needs to find their own way by doing the things that excite them. Drawing should not be a struggle. It can give you a great sense of joy and satisfaction. And once you've found out how to keep your creativity machine oiled and running well, you can experience that joy every time. Of course, there will be challenges, but if you take it step by step, you'll broaden your skills and expand your comfort zone. No matter how experienced or inexperienced an artist you are, there are always things to learn. And to grow organically, it helps to know what way of learning works for you. Some people love learning all the technical things like vanishing points and why a brush with a certain type of bristles behaves the way it does. I also know many people who just want to pick up a ballpoint pen or any other tool and start scribbling. And they learn and discover by doing. If you just want to draw, then don't feel you have to learn all the technical things if you don't want to. Whatever type of learner you are, just be curious. You'll learn everything that you need. I'll share something with you that I've also written down in my book in the chapter, Be Courageous and Become Fearless. At some point, a few years ago, I felt that my drawings were getting a little stiff. Something wasn't right, or at least not the way I wanted it to be, and not in a good way. I started looking at the work of others, and by studying how they added liveliness to their drawings, I learned to loosen up in my sketchbook. When I talked about this with my husband, he summed up what I was looking for. He said, you could be more gutsy. Best advice ever. Over the years, I've learned to draw faster, which helps tremendously in being less stiffly, nervously precise. I no longer dwell on unnecessary details, keeping my focus on the whole instead. A quick line often looks more confident, even if you don't feel that way yourself. I've also started to use fountain pens with broad nib or a bent calligraphy nib instead of a fine liner, which helped me to draw much less detail and to use bold lines and more contrast instead. You tend to want to control your line and shapes, but in those moments when you don't have a great deal of control and leave it all to chance, you create a lively jumble, and that can be so exciting and so much fun. Once I was out drawing with a friend and I saw her get up in the middle of her drawing of a street scene and move to sit down a few feet away, completely changing her view of the scene and her perspective. I thought, what on earth is she doing? She explained that this gave her a better view of something that she wanted to include in her story, her drawing. It had never occurred to me to take that liberty. My reaction was, you can do that? And yes, of course you can. With a little creativity, you can knit the whole thing together. There are no art police who are going to look over your shoulder and say, you're being a little free with your perspective there, aren't you? Just tell us exactly where you think your vanishing point is. So yes, just a little peek inside of my book, and you know how to buy a copy. Just follow the link below in the description of this video. I would love it if you can get your hands on one, because I wrote it for you. I hope you will go draw and focus on whatever seems exciting. Draw, draw, draw. I'll see you next week. Bye.